So beginning the build of the pod in earnest starts with all of the holes free of bolts. I mark off the center of each hole. I just take a little silver pen. You shouldn't have to use this, but it comes in handy. I just mark those off. And we are about to mount the front wall with clamps, and then we're gonna mount the two side walls with clamps, and then we're gonna center that entire pod so that we know where everything will be with respect to this back hinge. So let's do the front wall, Cooper. All right, so we're gonna center this, and this does not have to be perfect, by the way. It has to be approximate because we're gonna move this a little bit. All right, Coop, that's that one. Do this. Perfect. And these clamps are invaluable when you go to install them. I'm gonna move center. And that's close. It doesn't have to be perfect. I can take this middle one off now, I think.
Yeah,
The two is okay?
the two is fine. Yeah.
So let's install the right-hand wall. And this is pre-assembled, as we already showed you. We're gonna set this down on the rail. And right now, it doesn't have to be perfect. And then we're gonna clamp the top corner. And I'll go up there and you can move. Close is good enough, right? Because we're gonna move the bottom. So you can take a look here. I'm going to connect the clamp at the top corner, and this is going to change. You can see where I have to move this whole piece out a little bit. You can see it from your end, right, Coop? Mm-hmm. The top edge. There's a pierce on the top here, by the way. I'm gonna give this a rough clamp at the beginning. We'll move this, by the way. We're just gonna hold it so that the bedside doesn't fall away from the edge here. And I'll put a couple of clamps here. And I'm just doing this in a rough, there we go. So that's now clamped. And then we'll revisit all the clamps to center and get everything lined up. And these pieces that we're lifting are very light, by the way. Okay, I'm gonna put this one. I'll pull that up. And we're just doing this to hold it. We're not centered yet. There we go. Now I'll put the clamp on the middle here. I'll take a guess, just by feel, and feel about where it has to be. We're not gonna. All right, so after you get the sides of the trailer holding themselves up with the front wall clamped, okay, we're gonna come to the back. And this is one of the more important things on the build is this hinge back here. The reason we put this on first is because when your final assembly is done, there's an outer skin that's gonna mount to the outside of this hinge. Remember, we're gonna be folding that wall down sometimes. So when we put this and get it in parallel, if I hold this right here, you can see that the trailer is too far forward right now. So I have to come back about a 1/4 inch, right here. So while this hinge is held in this position here, I have to move this thing back. The easiest way to move this whole wall to the rear is to loosen the clamp that we put in the middle and leave everything else assembled in the front for now. So I'm gonna loosen this. I will tap the trailer side, and Cooper's gonna watch this. And when this touches and is parallel, you don't want this, right? You don't want that. You don't want that, right? You want that gap down here, 0. You want this flat against the bottom inch here. So do we have a little, I think I'd probably just tap it with my hand. If you watch that corner, Coop, I'm gonna release this. Now remember, it's being held at the front, at the top. Oh, thanks. Now we're gonna do this. I kind of know about like that. Is that good?
A little bit, one more tap. Yep, that's good.
Right there or more?
A little, that's fine.
Okay.
That's perfect.
Now zoom in back there. I'm gonna clamp this off because I know, actually I'm gonna tap it out a little bit.
That's flush right there.
I know about where it goes. There we go. And now you're prepared. Let's go to the other side. And let's see where we are. Take a look here. This one is already wrapped. So there's our wrap. I'm gonna lift this. Boy, that is about as good as we can get. Maybe a 1/16 of an inch, right? We're gonna go back just a little bit. It looks like the hinge itself is moving a little back here. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna go look at the other side real briefly. You can stay there. All right, so see here, this side does look like it sticks out about a 1/4 inch from the rail. So I'm just gonna duplicate that on the other side. And I'll come out about 1/8 of an inch. So you tell me when to stop, Coop.
One sec.
I'm gonna disconnect this here.
Disconnect that.
And I'm gonna tap, I can visually see that 1/8 of an inch here. Good, right there, perfect. And then I will reassemble this, and I'm reaching on the outside, getting it as close to eyeballed as I can. And right there, the rear hinge is lined up with the rear of the trailer. Take a look there, that's nice and flat. So now when I mount my flat aluminum piece on here, we're gonna have a gasket here, but we're gonna have that completely flat according to the mounting of the hinge on the bottom. Now that you have that set, we're gonna go back to the front and mount the front wall exactly where we want it. And that means we're gonna release those clamps at the bottom, and we're gonna start at the top corner of the trailer. So take a look here. We rough clamped this just to hold the sides, right? Here's the key. Look right here. This corner has to line up, and our rough fit right there, it did not. There we go, I'm released. And you're gonna lift that, take a look here. Come into the side, go down. Right there, you see how that lines up these two corners? Let me get in there, go down a little bit, Cooper.
How's that?
That is perfect. So now, if you look up here, I'm gonna clamp, and look how nicely these things are starting to line up. That edge is now pre-lined up there. Don't worry about anything when it comes to the aluminum. And now, take a look here. I want the rounded edge. I've pre-drilled a hole from pre-assembling this, but you're not gonna have this hole there. We're gonna have a pierce, and we're gonna put a sheet metal screw through the pierce. So we started with one we've already had together, but when you get your part right here, there's a CNC cut pierce right on this front edge, and there's another pierce on this edge of the inside of the wall here. And you're gonna see those pierces line up, and you're gonna be able to put a sheet metal screw right through the two pierces. You're not gonna have to drill through anything, it's just gonna open up an existing hole. That will tell you you're in the right spot to have this perfect. And those are the improvements we make as we computer cut these panels. Once you have this corner set, in and out, up and down, that is your main anchor point, and you can put a screw through there. And we'll do it on the other side as well. Okay, so you can reclamp now on the side, Coop. Down low. Remember this, in this particular trailer, we're gonna have a spacer, a washer here underneath. The Harbor Freight trailer is high out here and is low here. So we're gonna have 1/8 of an inch or a 3/16, maybe 2 washers. The bolt's gonna go through, and there's gonna be 2 washers right here on this particular trailer if you're using a Harbor Freight. So we're gonna take this. I'll undo this, Cooper. We're gonna do the same thing, line up that.
And then this unclamps as well.
Hold on a second. I'm gonna keep this one in my pocket, right? All right, so we're gonna take that one, go ahead.
Yep.
And we're gonna mount this right about there. That's about right. Hold this, Coop.
Yep.
I guess that whole pocket system is the way to go.
That is.
So, once again, take a look here. This radius, this is easy to see because it's wrapped. See how the radius sticks out a little farther than the flat edge? That's what you want. Now, there's your pre-done hole that I already drilled through. You're gonna have a pierce right there that matches up with a pierce on the other side. So this whole lining up stage on the production kits, you're not gonna have to do that. If I look at this, that's good. If I look at this, this is good. It looks like I come out just a little bit. And I'm flat tapping the flat. You don't hit the bars, it'll hurt your hands, right? Just flat tap. Everything still moves. See, take a look at this here. See this round edge right here? This is what you want to line up just for looks, right? There's no problem if you don't, but look down here, same edge, down here. We're gonna center. There it is. So when I pull this up to the edge, I want to see that round. See, I'm just giving this, I'm horsing that. See how this round edge sticks out a little farther. So if you look at it here, I'm just about even with the outside surface of the trailer itself in this particular build. We're gonna leave this to later, but this side, look at that. It looks like it's about 3/8 of an inch in from the end. Remember, this is flexible. The rear hinge is not.